Hello, everybody, and welcome to this practice. Today, I would like us to practice with the verb ser and with the verb tener. First of all, let's have a quick review at how to conjugate the different forms of the verb ser and the different forms of the verb tener. The verb ser is always conjugated this way. Yo soy. Tú eres. Él es. Nosotros somos. Vosotros sois. And finally, ellos son. And the verb tener is conjugated this way. Yo tengo. Tú tienes. Él tiene. Nosotros tenemos. Vosotros tenéis. And finally, ellos tienen. As you know, the verb ser means to be, and the verb tener is the verb to have. Vale. The verb ser is used for many things, such as nationality, but also to describe, to talk about jobs or professions, to talk about the time, to talk about dates, to identify, and also to talk about events where an event takes place. And the verb tener is mainly used for things such as possession, but also for age. Remember that we express the age with the verb tener, not with the verb ser. We also use it for duty or obligation, using the structure tener que plus another verb in the infinitive in its original form. The only thing you need to do is conjugate the verb tener. Yo tengo que, whatever I have to do. And finally, there are a certain number of expressions that we say differently in Spanish, and we use the verb tener instead of the verb ser. Once we've reviewed a little bit both verbs and their conjugations, I'd like to give you several sentences and in English, and I will translate them into Spanish, and you can do it along with me, pausing the video in case you need to pause the video, and I think it's a good way you can practice. I'll give you sentences that will be either with ser or with tener, and you have to decide what verb you have to use and what form of the verb you need to use. For example, the first one that I'm going to give you is I am 35 years old. How would you say that in Spanish? We are talking about age, and remember, age is always said with the verb tener. So we would say yo. Of course, that yo can be omitted, because remember that it's not necessarily to use the personal pronouns all the time in Spanish. But you can say yo, and then tengo, and then 35 años. Yo tengo 35 años. I am 35 years old. Number 2, for example, my friend Julia is from Chile. My friend Julia is from Chile. We are talking about nationality, the origin of Julia, and we always say that using the verb ser. So we would say mi amiga Julia es de Chile. Mi amiga Julia es de Chile. Vale. Number 3. For example, we can try to say this area has loads of parks. This area has loads of parks. How do we say in Spanish loads of? We say for loads of or for many, we say muchos or muchas, depending on the gender of the following word. So this area has loads of parks. Of course, we are using the verb tener. So we say esta. For area, we say zona. Tiene muchos parques. Esta zona tiene muchos parques. Vale. More. Number 4. For example, we can say typical sentences. Where is Rebecca from? We are asking about nationality, right? In Spanish, for nationality, we always use the verb ser. Remember, it's quite important that in Spanish, this from, all these prepositions that you place at the end, tend to go right at the beginning in Spanish. So we don't say where is Rebecca from, we say from where is Rebecca. So we would say de dónde es Rebecca. Where is Rebecca from? ¿De dónde es Rebecca? Let's keep going. Number 5. Vale, for example, those buildings are very high. For example, those buildings are very high. I'm describing the buildings. And for a description, we always use the verb ser. Those. If you go to your chart, when you have all these, that, these, and those, you have 15 words in Spanish, and building the word for building es edificio, but in this case buildings, so it's edificios, male, plural word. So for those buildings, we say, well, let's imagine that they are in the middle. They are not super far, they are like in the middle. We will say esos edificios, and because we are talking about plural buildings, they son muy altos. Esos edificios son muy altos. If any of you, instead of esos, thought of the word aquellos, that would also be correct. It's simply that aquellos refers to buildings that are even farther. Vale, let's keep going. Number 6. Tomorrow I have to go to Mercadona. Tomorrow I have to go to Mercadona. We are talking about duty, obligation. We have to. So we use the verb have for that. And we use this structure, tener que, followed by another verb in the infinitive, which is the original form. What's the verb to go in Spanish? It's the verb ir. So tomorrow I have to go to Mercadona would be mañana I have to. Yo tengo que. Of course, that yo can be omitted. Mañana yo tengo que, o mañana tengo que. Now the verb to go. Ir a Mercadona. If you are wondering why I used a, it's because the verb to go to a place is always ir a whatever place. So the preposition a normally follows the verb ir. Vale. More. One more. 7. Let me think. For example, these dogs are very beautiful. These dogs are very beautiful. Okay. How do we say dog? We say perro. But we are talking about more than one dog, so it would be perros. Vale? These, again, the same chart that we were using before. We are talking about dogs that are close to us, male and plural. So we say estos perros, and because we are referring to a they, we use the verb ser for a they. Son muy beautiful. We have loads of words for beautiful. I'm going to use bonito. So, bonitos. Estos perros son muy bonitos. Vale, let's keep going. Number 8. For example, vale, let me think. Okay, let's talk about age. Let's ask someone about his or her age. How old are you? And do you remember that for the age we always use the verb tener, never the verb ser. Well, we say this differently. So what we ask is how many years you have. So the question would be, ¿cuántos años tienes? And if you want to say that too, you can. ¿Cuántos años tienes tú? How old are you? How many years do you have? That's what we ask. Vale. Number 9. Imagine for a second that you are not asking how old are you. You are asking how old is whoever. So for example, let's ask about someone's parents. How old are Maria's parents? So I'm asking about a they. So basically it's the same question, but I have to change the form of the verb tener. I'm not asking about a you anymore. I am asking now about a they. So we would say, ¿cuántos años tienen? And now Maria's parents. Remember that we don't say Maria's parents. We say the parents of Maria. We do it the other way around. So we say los padres de María. ¿Cuántos años tienen los padres de María? Vale. Number 10. For example, let me think. Okay, let's ask about the date. When is her birthday? We're asking about someone that the other person already knows. Who am I referring to? When is her birthday? And this is a date, so definitely we use the verb ser. So we would ask, how do we say when? We say cuando, like the song. Dime cuándo, cuándo, cuándo. Ni no, ni no, ni no, ni. It's a way to remember. But I'm making a fool of myself, but at least if you remember how to say when, I'm happy. ¿Cuándo es? And if you go to the list of the different possessives, that mi, tú, su, nuestro, you can see that her, it said su. And now birthday, cumpleaños. ¿Cuándo es su cumpleaños? When is her birthday? Vale, let's keep going. 11. Let me think. Let's ask about an event taking place in a certain venue. And for events, we always use the verb ser. So, where is the party tonight? Where is the party tonight? Events are always said with the verb ser. And how do we say where? We say ¿dónde es la fiesta? And we don't have one word for tonight. What we say is this night. That's the way we say tonight. We say esta noche. ¿Dónde es la fiesta esta noche? Esta noche. This is the way we say tonight. Esta noche. Vale. Number 12. For example, let's describe something. Our new car is red and black. We are describing. To describe, we always use the verb ser. How do we say that? Our new car. Well, normally adjectives in Spanish go after the noun, but new is one of those fewest adjectives that can go before or after. So I'm going to write it after, but if you decide to leave it here before the noun, that would be okay as well. So, nuestro coche nuevo es rojo y negro. Have you noticed that just because I'm talking about a car, I use nuestro, that is masculine, I use nuevo, that is masculine, but I also use rojo, that is masculine, and negro, that is masculine. Imagine I want to talk about something that is feminine and say exactly the same, but now it's going to be something feminine. Let me give you an example. For example, a bicycle. 13. Our new bicycle is red and black. You'll see how much it changes, because now it's going to be nuestra, so it's not nuestro anymore. Bicicleta es roja y negra. See? Now we have feminine. Well, the noun is feminine, so everything around the noun is going to be feminine. The possessive, feminine. And all the adjectives, feminine. Vale? Let's keep going. Let me give you, why not? Let me give you another time, a time question. Or no, let me give you another one. For example, let's talk about duty again. We have to visit my mother soon. Okay, we have to visit my mother soon. Why not? Vale. So we, nosotros. And we have another have to. See, have to plus another verb. Remember, we do that with tener que. Of course, this tener needs to be conjugated plus another verb in the infinitive. What's the verb visit? It's the verb visitar. So, the answer will be nosotros tenemos que, never forget that que, visitar a mi madre soon. How do we say soon? We say pronto. And if you are wondering why you need that a, it's just because the verb visitar when you visit someone, you need a. You need that a. To visit someone is visitar a. Vale. I will keep recording videos like this one, and I hope you enjoy this kind of videos because I know it's something silly, but maybe it's a way that you can use to practice, and you can do them along with me by pausing the videos and expand your vocabulary and practice. So if this is something useful for you, I will keep doing it. And well, I will see you very soon. And bye bye.